Hi, my name is Olivia Ambani, and this is my come-up story. I'm a singer-songwriter, and I've been working in music for a couple of years now. I'm also a marketing consultant, so I dabble in marketing as well. I don't know, there's not one that no one would have guessed, but I do love sports a lot, and a lot of my close friends and family know that, so I'm not sure it's something no one would have guessed. The people who don't know me that well wouldn't know that, but I love sports, and I would love to go to the Olympics and just watch. I always had a dream of being part of like the Kenya team or something. Yeah, I always thought I'd do like middle distance and run 1,500. So I guess maybe that's something. Yeah.
Okay.
I think when I was in high school is when I realized that I really want to do music. I just wanted to pursue it, but I didn't know how, and I felt like doing music was difficult then in my mind. I thought that you had to get signed or discovered, and yeah, but then that was when the passion really grew and I really wanted to do music. And then I think I just developed it when I went to university. I started auditioning for plays and competitions, yeah. I think I got to a point in my life where I felt like you only have one life, or one that you remember, and I didn't want to live a life of regret. And so for me, I'd rather try and maybe not succeed than not try at all. And so I thought, you know what, let me give music a try. I'd been trying it at university when I was in high school, but when I finished, I decided I need to just give it one last shot, and that's when I decided to kind of give a lot of my time to it. And since then, I've seen really great results, and I think it's been worth it. I think my biggest support system has been my family. They were always pushing me. They would ask me, like, what are you doing with the music? From my youngest cousin to my aunties to my mom. They'd always be like, when are you singing again? When are you doing this again? And my sister and cousins. And they'd always just rally around me. Even now, my photo shoot for my album that's currently out was done by my sister. She's a photographer. Her name is Sylvia, and she was just like, yeah, let's do the photo shoot, let's make it happen. And she's done all my music photo shoots, well, most of them. And so yeah, I have a really supportive family, and that just makes such a big difference, because especially when you're doing anything really, having the people around you support you makes such a big difference, especially those moments when you want to give up, when you don't have the funds to do things, you know, they just rally around you and make things happen. So it's been my family. What to pick? I think what I would say my biggest achievement is actually releasing my debut album that I released in April 2020 this year. That was massive for me because I made a promise to myself about 7 years ago that I was going to work on an album and I was going to release it. And so that for me is my biggest accomplishment, because I feel that I made a promise to myself and I actually kept it. And yeah, it's been a journey and a half to get it out, like finding the funds, putting the songs together, and just sticking with something that matters to me. So I think for me, that's my biggest achievement so far.
And how did you accomplish it?
How did I accomplish it? Well, I think the main thing was just being committed to the dream, and even when I wanted to give up or did give up, I would keep coming back to it. And I think also believing in myself more, that really helped me actually achieve the dream. But also some practical things that I did was to make music like something current in my life. I felt like when I started music again, music had been just something I kind of liked to do. So now I started to do jam sessions every week. I started to practically look for gigs, and also when it came to my album, I was just like, I had a plan. I came up with a plan and said, I'll do step 1 and then figure out step 2 and 3. And so basically I feel like by doing all those little steps, it helped me achieve this massive goal that I had. Now, there's so many things I wish I knew before. Let me try summarize. One of the main things I wish I knew before was to just enjoy the journey and not to be in a hurry to get somewhere. So not to be in a hurry to finish the album, or not to be in a hurry to get I don't know how many subscribers, just to really enjoy the journey, and that the joy really is in the journey. Because what I've discovered is when I achieve something, I'm like, oh, okay, it's not an anticlimax, but you start to miss some of the process that you went through because you were in such a rush to actually achieve something. So I think I wish I had been more aware of the fact that enjoy things now, whether things are working the way you expect or not, just enjoy things now. That's one of the things. The second thing was, I think, maybe just more aware financially, like to treat my music more like a business person. So there were certain investments that I made that I feel like maybe I didn't need to make. So I wish I was more business savvy then, but I guess you live and you learn. And then the third thing, I think, was to be aware that not everyone can come on the journey with you. And I feel like there were, people I thought would really be excited, and then they just kind of went quiet, and that really got to me, and I was like, oh, why aren't they excited with me, or why don't they want to come on the journey with me? And I think I just discovered that your journey is yours, and not everyone can be in each season. And so I think, those are the main things I wish I knew before. One of my biggest challenges has been to believe in myself, and it's been like an up and down journey where sometimes I'm like, yeah, I see the potential, I believe, and then other times I'm just really down on myself. And I think it's because I've compared myself a lot to other people in the journey, and I'm just learning to be grateful for who I am and what I've been able to achieve. But it's a constant process of just learning to love myself more, learning to accept who I am, and not trying to change myself to be anyone other than myself. So I think the biggest challenge has been self-doubt, just questioning myself, because that I feel has affected different decisions that I've made. So I think it's just learning to stop doubting myself and to just continually believe in myself. In terms of changes in my industry that would help upcoming artists, I really feel if there was more transparency amongst artists, and if we could share knowledge more. I find that there are a lot of things that I kind of just discovered or had to search online or like trial and error. But I feel if more artists were open about their process, or at least could share part of their process. I understand not everybody is comfortable with that, but if you could share like really practical tips, like how do you distribute music when you're in Kenya? In terms of royalties, what split should you think of when you're working with a producer? What you should be aware of? It's like who owns the masters. So I think that all these little different things that are really important for upcoming artists to know. And then in terms of like branding, how do you market yourself? What are the key things that you can do in Kenya to kind of push your brand? So I feel like if there was maybe a platform or a space where people could be sharing knowledge more, I feel like that could really help upcoming artists. And I think even now, I am finding that people are becoming more open, they are supporting each other more. I'd just like to encourage any upcoming artists, don't give up. Your journey is important. Don't compare yourself to anyone. And you will get there. You definitely will get there. And ask for help. I know sometimes, you may have asked for help and someone has turned you down or said no, but keep asking, and you will find the right people who want to work for you and with you and help you in your dream. So if you would like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram as Olivia Ambani. I'm also on Twitter and Facebook. You can find me under Olivia Ambani Music. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Olivia Ambani. And if you'd like to listen to my album, The Awakening, you can find it wherever music is sold online. So that's Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Deezer, Boomplay and Audiomack. But if you don't know all those links, you can just go to my social media and you can find all the links to the music. And then maybe just a final encouragement to anyone working on anything, whether creative or otherwise. You owe it to yourself to achieve your dream, and just believe in yourself. And even those times when you doubt yourself, just know that you are worth it and you will make it. I truly do believe so.